Our next inductee, Rich Remsburg. Joining Rich this evening, his wife Susan, friends Debbie and Don Cross, current basketball coach who Rich came back and assisted again for how many times, Kyle? Kyle and Katie Cowan, and another staff member, Annette Johnson. Let's meet Rich Remsburg.
Big things can have small beginnings. Richard Remsburg came to Oregon after graduating from Del Norte High School in Crescent City, California. He attended Multnomah Bible College and Warner Pacific, but before he even graduated, he began a 50-year career of teaching, coaching, and administration at Portland Christian High School. The college athletic atmosphere of what is now known as the Cascade Collegiate Conference was friendly, almost intramural. In 1965, Multnomah, Warner, Concordia, George Fox, and Northwest Christian played one another for bragging rights. Rich did not plan on coaching as part of his educational career. It all started while picking up some credits at Portland State. A card on the wall of the athletic building advertised that tiny Portland Christian High School needed a JV basketball coach. After graduation, Remsburg moved to the old East Side campus, teaching PE and serving as athletic director. Now, that was not a huge challenge because in 1967, boys basketball was the only sport offered at Portland Christian. He learned the ins and outs of administration on the fly, getting some good advice from Lewis and Clark coaching legend Eldon Fix while completing his own certification. Rich liked to work with incoming 7th graders because it gave him the opportunity to get to know new students and find likely athletes. That became more and more relevant as the Royals expanded their athletic offerings. Track, cross-country, soccer, football, baseball, softball. Portland Christian was also an early adopter of full varsity girls sports. Remsburg hired all of the coaches for these new programs. He personally coached the boys basketball team for 34 years, winning 537 games. He's number 10 on the all-time list of Oregon Hoops coaches. The Royals won the 1992 2A championship and came close on 2 other occasions. After his retirement from PC in 2003, he returned to his alma mater and served as an assistant athletic director at Warner Pacific, managing game operations for soccer, volleyball, and basketball. He's also a regular at Trailblazer games and avidly follows the Ducks and Beavers. Rich returned to Portland Christian this year as an assistant basketball coach. You see, there's a program to rebuild, and like he says, when you love basketball, it's hard to be away. Tonight, a legend of hard work and loyalty, Richard Remsburg is welcomed to the OADA Hall of Fame.
Well, congratulations. Apparently, it's very hard to stay away.
When you enjoy doing something, it's not really work. It's just part of your life.
A lot of coaching and obviously the administration end. What is it about the administration part that you enjoy?
Probably the end results, which is seeing the kids succeed and have a good time and just learn and grow.
You were part of a pretty big effort to get some sports rolling there and out hiring coaches they were just talking about. What were you looking for in coaches for the school?
Well, you want a coach who is going to be a good coach and teach, but you want a coach who has high character, and in our school had Christian morals and principles. And I always looked at 2 different options. Sometimes you would find an older and more experienced coach, and sometimes you'd find a younger coach. And there's actually advantages both ways. The enthusiasm of a young coach, the experience of an older coach.
So you had a lot of success as a coach in basketball. We have a few basketball coaches in this room tonight. You won a lot of ball games aside from having the athletes. As a coach, what was your philosophy?
I tried to, well, just as an example, I ran into a point guard from 1992 who I hadn't seen in a long time. He sat down next to me, and one of the first things he said was, one of the things I appreciated, you didn't talk about winning. We talked about doing the right thing, doing it well, and letting the rest of it take care of itself.
So in a school that you've been a part of for so long, Talk a little bit about some of the people that were involved that helped get things done. You were one of those people, but there were others.
Well, you have to have good coaches, and you also have to have an administration that's supportive. And my principal for many, many years was Jean Lampe, who we worked together very well, and she allowed me to have the freedom to run the program. I kept her informed and made sure we did things right.
So for those of us who don't know you that well, talk about life after. Now that, you obviously went back as an assistant coach and couldn't stay away, but just some of the things that you do that you enjoy now after that athletic director life.
Well, I've always enjoyed traveling. Our youngest son has lived overseas for 17 years, so we've ended up in a lot of places with him, Saudi Arabia, Kenya, Thailand, South Korea. That's one thing that we've been able to do, and I enjoy gardening, and I used to own a Christmas tree farm. I've kind of a little bit of everything. Green thumb, I guess.
Well, talk just a little bit. We've asked everybody about people that maybe you want to thank who were there to help you along the way or help you get things done.
One of the things I would talk to a coach about in hiring them was, what did their spouse think about what they were going to be doing? And certainly you don't coach for a long time or spend the time in athletic administration without a supportive spouse. And my wife, Susan, was very much supportive.
Well, very good. Well, we want to congratulate you. It's quite an honor to have you in the OADA Hall of Fame, and we wish you a lot of fun here as the years go by. Thanks, Rich.
Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you. Let's give him a hand.
To present Rich's plaque and pin, former McMinnville Athletic Director and OADA past president, Hall of Fame member Marianne Mills.